What up with it, baby?
Hey, tell him what you told me.
What I tell you?
What you doing it for?
Oh, promotion, baby.
All right.
What
So
you
I
mean?
ain't gotta
But
him up,
but we should spar.
I ain't gotta fuck him up.
We should spar.
Best. I want to show the world that I'm the best. After this fight, I want to be considered top 5 pound for pound fighter in the sport, and I can't wait to show it.
You said this week that you were in for a rude awakening when you get to 140. What do you think he's in for when he goes up against you?
I think he just don't realize how good I am. I think come fight night, he's going to realize that I'm going to take it to another level that he has never seen before. So if he's expecting the Lomachenko, the Josh Taylor fight to happen, it won't be that type of fight. Senior, tell him. We talking to Senior. We ain't talking to little dude over here. Senior,
fight is a different version of me. I know. And I love it because even the people out there don't know what they're going to get from me. And that's the beauty about it. He could be studying, he could be doing a lot of things, but he's not going to know till the day of the fight.
Terence Crawford didn't hold back when the conversation turned to Teofimo Lopez. Bud made it clear this isn't just promotion, this is about proving who's really the best. Crawford says Teofimo has no idea what he's stepping into, and once fight night hits, he's going to see a level he's never experienced before. Bud warned that this won't be another Lomachenko or Josh Taylor type of fight. According to Crawford, this is a whole different version, a dangerous one. And when Shakur Stevenson's name comes up, Crawford doesn't hesitate, confidently saying Shakur would knock Teofimo out. In Bud's eyes, the boxing world is about to get a rude awakening.
Sky is the limit with Shakur. No, he got the boxing skills and the ability to, do whatever he wants in the ring. And it's going to be very hard to beat Shakur, with the skills that he possesses and the smarts that he has. And given the opportunity, I think he can pose a great threat to everybody in the division.
I look up to Bud a lot. Honestly, he one of the realest dudes that I done met. He's still a normal person in his head. Like, he don't believe that he's above everyone else. That's how I feel about myself.
You seen me around a lot. Oh, no. Don't act like you ain't seen me around. Them days. He said not them days.
Bud, come on. Terence talking, I try not to talk back. I try to just listen.
Straight boom, straight shot. Like right here, boom, there you go. But you gotta make sure you step. Bam, that's when the motherfucker's trying to run out.
Terence Crawford made it crystal clear, the sky is the limit for Shakur Stevenson. Bud called Shakur a complete work of art, praising his elite boxing skills, ring IQ, and the freedom he has to do whatever he wants inside the ring. According to Crawford, beating Shakur isn't just hard, it's a nightmare for anyone in the division. Bud believes that given the right opportunity, Shakur is a serious threat to everybody. And the respect goes both ways. Shakur openly admits he looks up to Crawford, calling him one of the realest fighters he's ever met, calm, confident, and mentally above the rest. That same mindset is why Crawford warned Teofimo Lopez. Because when fighters like Bud and Shakur turn it up, there's no running on fight night. Terence Crawford's message was simple and direct: Shakur Stevenson is ready for everybody. It doesn't matter who's in front of him, big names or big tests, Shakur is prepared for all of them. Crawford believes Shakur has the skills, the mindset, and the confidence to handle every challenge that comes his way, and when the opportunities line up, the world will see it clearly. That belief is exactly why Bud didn't hesitate when warning Teofimo Lopez. According to Crawford, Shakur isn't just talented, he's dangerous. And when fighters like Shakur and Crawford step up, there are no excuses and nowhere to hide. Fight night will tell the real story.
He was sharp. He was letting his hands go. He was standing in the pocket more. He probably got hit just a little bit too much because he was trying to please everybody that's saying, oh, he can't do this, he can't do that. I talked to him and told him, just be yourself. Just keep winning. It doesn't matter what the naysayers say and what the people that's having certain agendas against him.
Terence Crawford believes Shakur Stevenson delivered an excellent performance. Bud said Shakur was sharp, letting his hands go, and even staying in the pocket more than usual. According to Crawford, Shakur took a few extra shots only because he was trying to silence the critics who keep saying he can't do this or that. but Bud made one thing clear: Shakur doesn't need to please anybody. Crawford revealed he told Shakur to just be himself and keep winning, because the opinions of naysayers and people with agendas don't matter. And that confidence is exactly why Crawford had no problem warning Teofimo Lopez. In Bud's eyes, when Shakur stays true to who he is, the result is inevitable: dominance.
So therefore, we're not going to put a PBC fighter on it. Anyway, Gary Antoine, I mean, all these fights are good. Like, if Teofimo ends up losing to Shakur, Shakur goes into this fiction. I do think Shakur will stay at 140 for a little bit. So, and you also have
I think he stays from now on. I don't think he goes back to 35.
Yeah, it's very rare we see these guys go down after they go up. You got to... some other good names on 140 as well, but yeah, I would say Smith presents something to this puzzle at 140, is that he's from England and he can sell over there. And if you're Hitchens, who's not the biggest ticket seller here in New York, and you want a unification, and you think you can beat Dalton Smith, you might have to go overseas to do it, where you could make a lot more money. Gary Antoine Russell versus Smith stylistically is great. Shakur versus Dalton Smith is stylistically great. Shakur, it's just a fun division.
I don't want to see that.
What?
I don't want to see Shakur and Dalton.
I put that one at like 1% chance of ever happening.
I don't want to see that.
Even though, like, you don't think Smith presents like he's more of like would be the brawler in the Shakur scenario? I know he would be.
Yeah, that's the
Shakur
worst style to fight
wildly...
Shakur. It's the worst style. You have to counterpunch Shakur. Just like with De Los Santos. He was the guy who gave Shakur the most trouble.
Zepeda gave Shakur the best, most aesthetically pleasing fight, but not that Smith's going to throw 100 punches around.
Completely different style, though. Zepeda and Dalton aren't you can't compare them. That's apples and oranges. Yeah, no, I don't know.
But in terms of a guy coming forward.
But
the conversation around 140 pounds is heating up, and Shakur Stevenson is right in the middle of it. With Matchroom controlling major cards and the division stacked with names like Pitbull Cruz, Lamont Roach, and Dalton Smith, one thing is clear: Shakur isn't going back to 135. Once fighters move up, they rarely move down. Analysts believe Shakur will stay at 140 and thrive, because stylistically, this division favors his IQ and counterpunching. Brawlers struggle against Shakur, and that's exactly why Terence Crawford warned Teofimo Lopez. According to Bud, if Teofimo steps in with Shakur expecting an easy night, he's in trouble. At 140, Shakur isn't just competing, he's a serious problem, and the world is about to see it.
Stevenson is bigger than Teofimo Lopez. Despite him moving up in weight, and despite Teo being the champion, we got some action. And in this video, I'm going to show and prove and break it down. I'll make it make sense in this video. You got to stay to the end. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Ego Weight Watchers, aka Ill, where I give you a look into the fighter's lifestyle before, after, progress pics, especially when they have an upcoming fight. I warned you, Shakur, I have no idea why he tried to play this game where when people got on...
Terence Crawford didn't just warn Teofimo Lopez, he backed it up with facts. Despite Shakur Stevenson moving up in weight and Teofimo being the champion, Crawford believes Shakur is the bigger threat. The size, the skill set, and the ring IQ all favor Shakur. Analysts are already pointing out that Shakur looks more comfortable, stronger, and more dangerous at 140. This isn't hype, it's a breakdown of why styles make fights. And that's why Bud's message hit so hard. According to Crawford, if Teofimo thinks weight alone gives him the edge, he's playing a dangerous game. Shakur doesn't need to chase approval or narratives. When the bell rings, skill exposes everything, and that's exactly why Crawford believes Shakur would knock Teofimo out.
He couldn't beat a one-handed guy. And if you go back and watch that fight, like I'm saying, Shakur wasn't just running. Jermaine Ortiz really moved a lot on Teo. That never happened with Shakur Stevenson and fighting this guy. That never happened. You know, so De Los Santos is De Los Santos. You know, he got a reputation off of that. That boosted his reputation. I don't know why. He didn't do nothing to Shakur. He didn't wobble him, didn't hurt him, didn't do nothing. You know what I mean? And the man was one-handed. So, but shout out to De Los Santos. Like I say, I think he's more risk than reward. Actually, that'll be a great fight for Abdullah Mason in his first title defense. That'd be a great fight for him in his title defense. That'd be a good. They should use him for that.
Instead of Joe Cordina.
Yeah, Joe Cordina was rough too, though. I watched him against the kid from Fresno. What's the kid's name? I forget his name. They was pushing him, but he just ain't there. He took a lot of punishment. He probably need to go get a job. Gabriel Flores. Gabe Flores. Yeah, Gabe Flores. Yeah. He from Fresno, or he from Sacramento. He from the Bay Area.
He just be trained. Yeah, he be trained.
Yeah. So I would say I would say that, you know what I mean? Because Abdullah Mason is the guy. You know, I think he got a lot of potential. And like I said, you know, him fighting a guy like De Los Santos is almost like a Bud fighting Gamboa in his first title defense. You know what I mean? So that would be a great fight for Abdullah Mason. You know what I mean? And he's more known than Joe Cordina. You know what I mean? And given the controversy that he's been in, you know what I'm saying? The way he's perceived as kind of feared, that'll be a great fight for Abdullah Mason.
Damn, my boy Bernie said that's like Gamboa versus Crawford for his first title defense. That shit is fire.
Terence Crawford didn't hold back when breaking down Shakur Stevenson's rise. Bud pointed out that fighters like De Los Santos, who gained hype from one-sided fights, wouldn't face Shakur. He didn't get hurt, wobble, or struggle against anyone like that. Crawford's analysis is clear. Shakur's skill, size, and ring IQ make him a completely different challenge. Comparing him to others, Bud even likened Shakur's dominance to his own early fights, calculated, precise, and unshakable. According to Crawford, anyone stepping into the ring with Shakur at 140 better be ready, because he's not just moving up in weight, he's moving up in danger. And that's exactly why he warned Teofimo Lopez, Shakur is ready, and the world is about to see it.
Are you saying that because that's your man and you don't like Tank?
No. Hey, like I said, I respect Tank. Boxing, he's one of the ones.
Yeah.
we gonna take his personality and personal things out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Boxing, he's definitely talented. You know what I mean? And he's definitely got that it. And he's definitely respected in boxing. But Shakur is a different fighter. You know, Shakur is different. You know, people may call him boring. People may say he can't punch. But they say the same thing about Floyd. Because they defensive.
When it comes to comparisons, Terence Crawford made it clear, Shakur Stevenson is a different fighter. Crawford said he respects Gervonta Tank Davis and acknowledges his talent, but Shakur is in a league of his own. People may call Shakur boring or say he can't punch, but Crawford points out that the same criticisms were once said about Floyd Mayweather. Defensive fighters get that label. According to Bud, Shakur's style and skills set him apart, and that's exactly why he's considered a serious challenge in the ring.
Stevenson's going to get slower moving up in weight or not, where Teofimo can hit him. Maybe he was really fast at 130, 26-30, maybe 35, but 40, you put on a little bit more weight. Shakur Stevenson has a very strong style where he can sit back and pot shot you and box and stuff like that, where Teofimo can also box and is very athletic and can get from side to side and can make things difficult for you as well. So what style is going to impose on the other is what we want to see.
So which style will impose? Is it something where like the first rounds really will dictate, or?
I think you're going to need a couple of rounds, but the first round is going to be very interesting. Maybe you see some tails, but I think maybe 2 or 3 you're going to start seeing one leave the other. Because I don't think that, well, maybe, I mean, Shakur might show some different, if he has to go after Teofimo, he might show some different type of heart that we haven't seen or different type of fighting we haven't seen. And vice versa, you know, whereas Teofimo's hitting him with different shots off the angle, that is kind of giving, you know, Shakur Stevenson trouble. We'll see about that.
Terence Crawford shared his thoughts on Shakur Stevenson moving up in weight against tough opponents. He said it's unclear if Shakur will get slower as he moves up, but noted that Shakur's style, sitting back, pot-shotting, and boxing, combined with his athleticism, could handle challenges from any tough fighter. Crawford explained that the first few rounds will be key, and by the second or third round, one style may start dominating the other. He also mentioned that Shakur might show new hardware techniques we haven't seen yet, depending on how the fight unfolds. In Crawford's view, it's all about which style imposes itself, and for now, we just don't know.
Not to fight each other, there's probably not guys that know how they operate better. So if Teo is saying, I'm going to go out there and make you quit, essentially break you and stop you, that's something we haven't seen anyone get close to even hurting Shakur, really. Like, people say the Williams-Zepeda fight, Zepeda hit him with the right hand and Shakur got wobbled, even though it was clearly slipped. I thought that was one of Shakur's better performances because he dug down and bit down on his mouthpiece and said, I'm not just going to play the back foot and be slick and turn this into a very low output fight that I'll win because I'm just, he's better than Zepeda. But he went out there and dogged it out a little bit, and I respected him for it. I don't expect him to fight the same way versus Teofimo Lopez. I really don't. And I think people are looking at the Zepeda fight and going, yeah, that's Shakur we want. And I don't want to say he's going to disappoint people, but he will not fight that way with Teo. He won't. And Teo won't fight the same way Williams-Zepeda did. They'll both be very measured. I think it'll be a very slow-paced, low-output fight. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could see maybe they go to war or something, but we're talking about styles making fights. And Teo's style, even if he's on his front foot, he doesn't commit to a lot of punches on the front foot. But he can fight that way. Shakur almost exclusively wants to go defense to offense versus leading the exchange. So I don't know. Not to say Shakur will be on the back foot the whole time. That's not necessarily how I see the fight going. But I don't know if this is going to be like a knockdown, drag him out type of thing. I think we're going to get a defensive, sweet science display from both guys, which, by the way, I think works in Shakur's favor.
You said on there that Terence Crawford sent one of his little guys to come after you, implying that obviously you won't.
Terence Crawford discussed Shakur Stevenson's upcoming fight with Teofimo Lopez. He said no one has really hurt Shakur yet, and even the Zepeda fight, where he appeared wobbled, was a strong performance because Shakur stayed composed and fought through it. Crawford doesn't expect Shakur to fight the same way against Teofimo. Both fighters will be measured, and it's likely to be a slower-paced, low-output fight. Shakur prefers defense to offense rather than leading exchanges, and Crawford believes this style matchup actually works in Shakur's favor.
Some people thought he lost to Sando Martin. Who else?
He did beat Loma, who's arguably at the time considered one of the best in the world.
He did, and that was a hell of a performance too. A hell of a performance too. So yeah, I mean, I think he's hit or miss. You got to think he got stuff. He a little cuckoo too. Like he has like a little mental lapses every once in a while. Look at the Kambosos fight. Like, that's a fight that people would never expect Kambosos to win, and he won a grueling match against him as well. So I just, I don't know. I don't think he can get it done against Shakur when it comes to like, because it's going to be just a skill match. I don't think he's going to try to. He's going to try to rough Shakur.
Terence Crawford broke down Teofimo Lopez's chances against Shakur Stevenson. He acknowledged Lopez has had big wins, beating Loma and even surprising some with Kambosos, but Crawford believes Lopez is hit or miss and can have mental lapses. When it comes to a pure skill match against Shakur, Crawford doesn't see Lopez being able to get it done. Lopez might try to rough him up or rush the fight, but according to Bud, that strategy probably won't work against a fighter as skilled as Shakur.
Because Teofimo is at his most dangerous when he's counted out. And this is going to be one of those fights where he's going to be counted out. Because Shakur is looked at by and large as the guy who can dominate boxing in this generation, right? It's just a matter of him getting the opportunity. I myself have felt that he's the guy who could and should be dominating boxing if he gets the right matchups. But bro, this is one of the rare matchups, if not maybe the only matchup, where I feel like is a big threat here to Shakur. And then it would all come undone because of this reason. Teofimo Lopez, we've seen him at his best, but he typically brings out his best characteristics when he's back into the wall and he's counted out. And he's going to be counted out in this fight. By and large, people are going to side with Shakur in this fight to win the fight because he's the more consistent fighter, he's the more class fighter overall, and he's just...
Terence Crawford said Teofimo Lopez is at his most dangerous when he's counted out. But in this matchup against Shakur Stevenson, Lopez will likely be counted out. Shakur is seen as the dominant fighter of his generation, consistent, classy, and just extremely skilled. Crawford noted that while Lopez can bring out his best under pressure, most people will side with Shakur to win because he's the more consistent and superior fighter overall. According to Bud, this rare matchup is one of the few times Lopez could pose a real threat, but it won't be easy. If you're excited for this fight, make sure to like this video and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any breakdowns, predictions, and highlights from the world of boxing.